Now, this is a quite interesting article right here. And I might do a separate video on this, a video with me actually talking instead of you guys seeing a news article. But this is what I would call the new black hustle. This is how black people are hustling white businesses. This is the new black hustle. Do you guys remember recently this alleged female that was in Houston, Texas, that decided to go into a restaurant when it was closed and use the bathroom and refused to leave, but somehow she ended up on the ground? Now, they're saying that the off-duty cop that was moonlighting drugged her, right? I didn't see that in the video. I just saw her outside laying on the ground, and the cop was trying to arrest her, and she was resisting. That's what I saw. Now, T.I. made a video and was telling the cop to come see him, which I thought was quite stupid of T.I. And and the thing about it is, like, all of these celebrities, it's just quite strange to me now that all of these celebrities have now become activists. They're activists against racism. They're activists against discrimination against gays. They're activists against discrimination against women. Celebrities are more active being activists than the average citizen is. And you would think, and I'm thinking that maybe it's because they're trying to gain more followers. That's more of a thing where we're involved in the community and we have not forgotten where we came from. And therefore, that's going to make you buy my music a lot more. You're going to support me more now because I'm active in the community. I'm out there making a lot of noise. Although at the end of the day, I go home to my gated community. I go home where my communities are safe. I go home where I can eat. I go home where I have a home, a mansion, couple of homes. I may have one in LA. I have one in ATL. I have like maybe one in New York City, but I'm doing quite well in my life. I'm secure. My children are doing well. I can buy very expensive items for my kids and spoil them. And then later on down the line, they're going to end up as a celebrity. But yet I'm going to help the peasants out. See, I'm going to now jump on the bandwagon and pretend like I'm so concerned about the community. But on the other hand, could there be another agenda that the so-called celebrities are protesting for? And it's not an agenda that's for the benefit of black people. It's not for the benefit of gays. It's not for the benefit of women, but it's for the benefit of whatever agenda, secret agenda that they're promoting for themselves. Now, I'm going to read the article because I'll give too much of it away. 3 black actresses arrested for using bathroom at Houston's T.I. calls for boycott. Again, this is another way that black folks, racist black folks, are hustling white businesses. Now, I know I'm going to catch flack for this. Now, look at these 3 faces. Do they look familiar to you? It says that they're actresses, but do you remember these 3 actresses that played in American Idol and the movie that came out, which I thought was a pretty good movie, Greenleaf? You remember the movie Greenleaf? It said it looks like Houston's at the latest restaurant chain to engage in racist treatment towards black folks after a police officer dragged three black actresses out of the dining destination because they were taking too long in the restroom. Now, this must be a pretty talented police officer to be able to drag three black females out of a bathroom. How could he have done that by himself? Did he drag one out and then go back in and drag another one out and then go back in and drag another one out? How was he able to drag three black women out of a bathroom? Now, when I saw that video, I only saw one black female on the ground resisting. He was trying to arrest her and she was resisting. Somebody had a camera saying, you don't have to treat her that way. Why are you doing that? Okay, so if three black women were drugged out of that bathroom, why were the other ones standing on the side yelling? And why wasn't that one on the ground? Now keep in mind, these are three professional actresses that should know better. These three black actresses should know better because of their status. And why did they have to go to a bathroom after hours, after the restaurant was closed, with all of the money they have? Why did they have to stop at that particular restaurant? And why did they wait until after the restaurant was closed? Now, I could say, as a business owner, there were times people came in, didn't want to buy nothing. And it was right when I was shutting things down. Everything was shut down. I was turning the lights out and they wanted to come in and browse and look, black folks. So I'm like, okay, I'm closed now. Okay, I just want to look. This is after I told them I'm closed. Now, I'm trying to get home. I worked all day, right? And when it's time to get off now, I understand if you have some customers that were already there and they're checking out, they bought something, they supported your business. But when you have someone that come in and just want to browse and just want to hang out or kill time, and you trying to go home, so now you're sitting there, everything is shut down, the register's down, everything is down. And you now sitting there tapping your feet and you're flooding your fingers because you're waiting for someone to come out of the bathroom that shouldn't even be there in the first place. So you're sitting there like waiting, thumping your fingers, and you have three black females in the bathroom. They didn't buy nothing. They just came in right when you were closing and wanted to use the bathroom. So you're thinking they're going to go in the bathroom, they're going to use it, and they're going to come back out. But you're sitting there waiting, impatient, because you're ready to go home because you worked your hours. And now you're ready to go home to your family, or maybe you're waiting for a bus. Your bus. You're trying not to miss your bus. But you got these three black females that's wasting their time in the bathroom. So you knock on the door because you don't want to be rude. So you're knocking on the door. It says, we're closed, ma'am. We're coming out. We're coming. Now they're catching an attitude because you want to go home and you're closed. And you're sitting there like thumping your fingers, tapping your feet, sitting there waiting. 5 minutes go by. They're still in there. Come on, ma'am. You got to go. We're closed. We're going to call the police. You would think that they would come out by then. But no. Because they have an agenda. Three black actresses that happen to be connected with T.I. So then they're in there. You're out there patiently waiting. So then you call police. Police comes. Come on, ma'am. The place is closed. We coming. Okay, that's like 15 minutes ago. Now the police is like irritated because there's other things they could be doing. There's real crime out there that they could be dealing with, but they got to deal with you now not wanting to leave somebody's bathroom. They're closed. And these people are trying to go home. But yet you're in the bathroom, taking your time, washing your hand. Now, it don't take long for you, 3 women, to urinate or defecate or whatever you're doing, and then wash your hands and come out. You don't need to fix yourself in the mirror and all this other nonsense, even if you decide to go in there just to change. Now, if you're 3 black actresses and you're visiting that place, well, shouldn't you be in a hotel? Shouldn't you be able to go to your hotel and do those things? You know, why would you want to use a public restroom? If you got that kind of money, why would you want to use a public restroom of a restaurant that's already closed? Okay, now I'm going to read on because I can go on with this one. And it says, rapper, actor, and activist T.I. has called for a boycott of the restaurant chain in response to the incident that landed the women in jail, with one of them suffering injuries, including a black eye. But now, did he punch her or did he drag her? Because how did she end up with a black eye? Did he like just open a closed fist, punch her in her eye? It makes no sense to me. And this is 3 black females that he drugged allegedly out of a bathroom. And it says Brittany Marie Lucio, Asia Sherelle Epperson, and then it has in parentheses American Idol and Greenleaf, and Erica Walker say they were assaulted by an Atlanta police officer, only one, Jay Guzman, who moonlights as a security guard at the restaurant. The ladies, and I say that very lightly, this is what the article says. I would not refer to them as ladies, because if they were ladies, they would not have been in that bathroom, resisting arrest. The ladies reportedly entered the restaurant after it was closed. Let me repeat that again. The ladies reportedly entered the restaurant after. So they weren't in there to buy nothing. After it was closed to use the bathroom. The officer admits he grabbed Lucille by the wrist and tried to lead her out the back door. Now, if you're resisting and somebody's trying to lead you out by the arm and you fall out on the ground, it's going to look like that you're being drugged because you're resisting. He's trying to pull you and you're resisting, and somewhere along the struggle, you might end up being drugged a little bit, but that wasn't his motive and intention. You should have just came along with him. You resisted. Why are black people going to these white restaurants and refusing to leave? Why are you doing that? There's other things you could be doing than to be trying to start a race war or playing the victim card or playing the race card. Now, again, I'm not saying that it don't happen, but in most cases, racism is not even involved in this. Now, he admitted to grab her by her wrist and tried to lead her out the back door, but the video footage paints a much more violent picture of the ladies being manhandled, and their attorney insists the officer threw them into the bushes. Now, my question would be, was the attorney there to witness the officer throwing them into the bushes? Or was he trying to lead her out the door and she's resisting, and in the struggle, she happened to trip and fall because maybe she's got on heels? We don't know. We are seriously concerned with the level of force that was used, and we want answers. We want answer to why they ended up in the bushes, because she was resistant, said the attorney. When asked why his clients refused to comply with the officer's initial request for them to leave the restroom, he gave a pretty reasonable response, which I think is a crazy response. It's stupid because the restaurant was closed. You can't just leave the restroom after you finish using it. You have to wash your hands. have to make sure that you have taken care of all of your needs. He said, what are your needs? Smoking a joint, talking, fixing makeup, your hair. What are the needs that these females needed to take care of that took so long for them to come out of this restaurant bathroom that was closed? The restaurant was closed. They used the bathroom. They walked in there after the restaurant was closed. See, that's why whenever someone come in your bathroom, and this is for business owners, and somebody, you know that you're about to close, even if you got 15 minutes. You said, ma'am, we're closed. You can't use the bathroom. There's no public restrooms. There's no public restrooms unless you are a customer, right? Businesses now have to start posting signs. No public restrooms for people that's not buying nothing. Because you're going to have people, black folks, that's going to come around and target your business to try to get money or to try to make a racial claim that's not even there. All right. And this is what I see. And I was going to make a video on this anyway. And then this came out that they were 3 actresses. I didn't know that they were actresses until I just read this article. And I'll put the article on the bottom here. You guys can read it for yourself. But it says, Lucille, Walker, and Epperson were arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. All 3 were charged with criminal trespass. And Lucille was also charged with felony obstruction. Their attorney wants all of the charges against them dropped. Nope, I wouldn't drop them. The response from Houston's is very disturbing. This is a very disturbing case, and we hope to be able to come to a swift resolution with the charges being dropped. And then it says, Lucille shared photos of the injuries, including cuts, scrapes, bruises, and a black eye she alleges were inflicted by the officer on social media. Now notice they went to social media with this one. So I think this is all a fluke. I think it's a hoax. I think it's another hustle that these so-called Black Lives Matter or these so-called activists / celebrities are posting just to keep mess going. It's just to keep mess going. It's to keep people angry and fighting against each other. Listen, black folks, stop feeding into all of these negative emotions. Try to get the facts first before you decide to take sides. Somebody can show you a few second clip of somebody screaming and on the ground and say, I was being drugged by police because I wanted to use the bathroom. Well, look at all the other stuff that's happening around this, that's surrounding this. The restaurant was closed. They went into a bathroom that was closed. The restaurant was closed, so they decided to come from the outside, go into this bathroom, and refuse to leave. And now they're playing the victim. They're playing the victim for going into a restaurant that was closed, going inside the bathroom, taking forever to create conflict, and then they refuse to leave. And when being forced to leave, now they're playing the victim. And these are 3 black actresses that I assume that's paid quite well, that's doing quite well, that really didn't need to be in that restaurant after hours to use their bathroom. I'm sure if they were visiting there, they had a hotel that was clean to go to. Why would they go to a filthy bathroom of a restaurant that they're not familiar with when they could have went to their hotel? And if they lived there, okay, well, why did you wait until you get home? You could have waited until you got home to do what you had to do. But no, after hours, after the restaurant was closed, you decided to go into this bathroom and refuse to leave. And now you're playing the victim. 3 black actresses. So who's to say that these 3 black actresses aren't acting. That's what they're paid to do, is act. And those arrest records are not really going to hurt them because they're already doing quite well. It's not like they're going to be turned down for a job if they apply for a certain position that shows up on their arrest record. That's not going to do nothing, right? And because of the fact that they're paid, they just might pay enough money for it to go away, right? So I think this is another hustle that black people have. They're hustling white people. They're hustling black angry people that always want to play the victim. And they're acting and they're giving you something to react on that you can be angry about while they're going back home to their plush apartment. So don't black people stop feeding into this nonsense. Always question yourself. Why is this celebrity that's doing quite well in life, why are they trying to be on the front line and trying to be activists? Now, all these celebrities want to be activists now. You got just about every celebrity now, so many celebrities that want to be activists. Why? So, feedback, tell me what you think. I'm going to put this article on the bottom. You guys check it out for yourself. Until next time, I'm fearless.